Clash of Dave here. I have just finished my live, and I thought I would continue the finale of the File Folder Folio. Didn't quite get a chance to just finish it completely off, so thought turn the camera on and let's just finish it. So this is part 11A. Okay, so this is where I got to. So I've obviously put the back on, which is the Hawthorn, and I couldn't find the tag for Hawthorn, but I found it now. And then this is the front, and there were just a few other things I wanted to put on. I thought I might put a charm on the side. Never done charms before, so you know, groundbreaking as we are. Okay, so the only other thing I've done off camera is I've just made the ends of my ribbon into a nice V. A couple of things I wanted to put on here. Okay, so I wanted to have copy, and the reason I wanted to put this on is kind of that tongue-in-cheek thing of me, excuse me while I reach across the camera and etc. But it was kind of copying this, and although it's not a direct copy, I kind of liked that bit of play that I had, the bit of play on words, and I also wanted something that just kind of went round the edge of the file folder, just to add a little bit of difference to it. So I'm definitely going to stick that on, so I'll do that now. But I need something I need some gluey paper, some paper that I can glue on. Gluey paper, I know what I'm talking about, even if you don't. Okay, so I usually use one of these magazines, don't I? That's a pretty good English, isn't it? So, yeah, we were talking about in the last video how Brian's accent differs to mine. So I appreciate that, you know, a lot of people think that the British accent is all the same. We all speak like the Queen, but we don't. However, you know, I didn't even realise what stark difference there is. I like that on there. What stark difference there is between me and Brian. Brian definitely has a Yorkshire accent, and I have, although I've got a Coventry accent, it's not a strong Coventry accent. So there are some elements of the way that I speak. You know, I'll say me instead of my. So I'm going to drink me tea rather than I'm going to drink my tea. So there are strong, you know, elements of Coventrian that comes into play, but also I don't have a real strong Coventrian accent. So Brian's originally from Wakefield, but lived in London for a long time, but for some reason still has a very strong Yorkshire accent. So well, it does to me anyway. And we were talking about the fact that he has the ball and bowl thing that I can't distinguish the two together, and toe and tour sound. So like he'd said something, he was saying something about somebody being on tour, and I said they're on toe, and I couldn't, and like honestly it sounds the same. You have to hear it to be able to believe it. Maybe I'll get him to do it, and then, you know, I'll tag it on the end of a video or something like that. Anyway, let's carry on with this. So the other thing I wanted to do on camera is I wanted to put this on, and I think I'm going to have it up here, and I've found a good word for it. But let's stick this Hawthorn thing on. So I want this Hawthorn on, and I don't know how. I don't think it's quite straight, so maybe this is the best way to do it though. But we'll do it anyway. I just want to kind of straighten it off a bit. I either want it straight or I don't. Like, I don't want anything in between. I like either let's have it straight, or let's have it not. You can't have the in-betweeny thing that nobody knows what's going on type thing. You know, you've got to make it look like it was meant to be like that. So anyway, I'm just going to ink around the edge just to give it a bit of definition on here. Oh, sorry about the squeaking. Squeaking is optional. So I'm just going to go around this edge. So yeah, our accents differ, but like, you know, that's regional accents. That's quite normal. You know, in America there are regional accents. As much as we standardise in our mind the American accent. It's not standard by any means. The same with Canada. You know, there isn't just one Canadian accent. There are many Canadian accents. So you know, I completely appreciate that, but it's just so different. And also, you know, there's the whole colloquialisms that you have for different things, and you know what you call things. I mean, like when I first moved up here, I moved to a place called Huddersfield, and Huddersfield has a particularly strong Yorkshire accent, but they have a bit of their own twang of dialect as well. So so they speak. There are some things that I just didn't know. I can't remember them all, for instance, but Ossing to Slart. So Ossing to Slart. No, I had no idea what that is. But apparently it means it's starting to rain. So Ossing to Slart. Who knew? So I think I'm going to have that over here. Now I know there's a bit there where I could tuck it in, but I want to be able to see it. So I'm going to have that. I think there would be nice. Do I want it further down? Oh, I don't know. I might quite like it there. Yeah. Okay. So because I'm sticking it on fabric, I'm going to use my Fabrifix. It's actually 3-in-1, to be fair. If I'm being picky, it's 3-in-1. So let's stick that down on there. And one there, or there, there, or there. I think I'm going to have it there. I might put a book. Yeah, I'm going to go for there. I might put a book label down here. So, blimey, you know, you think you know what you're going to do, and then like you change it all at the last minute. So yeah, stuck that on there. Okay, so next thing, I want to get this bit on. Okay, so I've got some brads. I'm not actually going to brad it in though because of what's behind it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to faux brad it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the brad to sort itself out. Sort your life out, Brad. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up at the back. Be careful when you're doing this, you need to be fairly dexterous, and if you're not dexterous, then either get somebody else to do it or use a pair of pliers or something. So I'm actually going to, I've got a pair of jewellery pliers, not that I do jewellery making, it's just they were given to me actually by Brian, so who does do jewellery making, but he's got a duplicate, so because they knew I needed some, he gave me them, which is, you know, what you do with your friends, isn't it? You share, and share alike is what the motto I live up to. I'm actually just going to bend it a bit so that it doesn't stick out of the edge. So that it's kind of hidden. Do you see what I mean? So when you look at it at the front, you can't see it, except for it's spinning round now. So I'm going to line it on. Get your act together, Dave. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue it just so it stays where it is and doesn't start spinning around and everything. So I'm just grabbing my fabric, well, my 3-in-1 as we've established, it's 3-in-1, Dave, not any other, although, you know, Beacon aren't going to mind because I'm definitely promoting their brand. I'm just trying to get it underneath those tabs. I'll just spin it back round again. Okay, so that's that bit. I've kind of squashed the brad, but I actually don't mind that. So put this one on this side, and again spray these out. Yeah, like I said, just be careful because I have wedged it down the end of my nail before, and that, you know, that stays with you. That sensation stays with you until that nail has healed, and it doesn't actually heal. What it does is, as it grows up and off, it's like takes the holage with it. The holage, Dave, get your words out. Although anybody who's watched me for all of these videos will actually know that, you know, me and words having been a teacher, me and words don't mix, which is odd. I know you're all thinking, well, it's a teacher, and I couldn't use words. That's not the reason why I'm not a teacher anymore. I'm not a teacher because, well, I didn't want to keep getting made up, being up for redundancy all the time. I wanted a nice, stable little job. So I'm just gonna adjust that. Sorry, I just need to take it out of camera view so I can see it better. Yeah, so put that in there. Cool. Okay, so that's my brad. So it's kind of like that whole faux, like it's been bradded in. Like, are they brads? Yeah, I don't know, whatever they're called. They're not. Yeah, they're brads. Yeah, they are brads. Shut up, Dave. What are you talking about? Okay, so I found a word that I wanted to put in here. So this is just one that I've typed. I just used an oldie looking typeface and just typed it in, and then I'm just going to age it down. I'm not going to rub it. I'm just going to dab it with the end of to give it a bit more of a mottly sort of like look to it. And then that fits in, or it would do if you could go for the glass mat. That fits in nicely in there. So that's what we're going to have in there. You see what I mean? I don't know whether you can see. Let's move it over here, and you can see how. Can you see how mottly it is? And maybe if I don't know, there's better. So yeah, it's got like that kind of mottled sort of old papery look. So let's glue this bit in as well. I might actually glue the tray rather than the thing. What you don't want to do is put in too much glue, because if you do, it'll all ooze out over the front of the label, and then it can look a little bit messy. You kind of have to get the placing quite sort of right the first time. So kind of just balance it on my finger if I can and kind of eyeball it. So I'm sorry, I'm just taking it out of camera a little bit. And once you're in, you can kind of just give it a bit of a wiggle. There we go, and I can press it in. Okay, cool. Now it's in there, I'm just going to give it a bit more secure so it doesn't fall out after you've spent that time gluing. I'm just going to put a bit more on the back, and that way when you glue it on, it sticks to the back of the back of it sticks to the page that you're sticking it to as well. So now I'm just going to commit to the gluing of it. So this is just one of those slot label things that I have. It was actually bright yellow, and I just sanded it back, and then I used what is it? What did I use, Dave? I can't remember what it's called. That won't go over there, will it, Dave? No. Peroxide, that's what I used. Sorry, my words just aren't with me. They're not with me, they're against me today. So yeah, so I've just used some peroxide and vinegar with salt method for just making it rusty. And you know something, when you do it, you kind of do it and and it comes out and you think, oh, that's really nice and rusty. But then the longer you leave it, the better it'll get. It gets really like, oh yeah, I really like this. So excuse me while I just kind of like bend around and do stuff. I just need to plug my iPad in, which is actually monitoring my recording, because it's going to die otherwise. So there we go, that's on there. I liked that because it's got a bit of tonal yellow in it, so it kind of goes with the essence of the rest of it. And then the other thing I wanted to do is I thought on the back I might put a charm Now, like I say, I don't use charms. It's not something I've really done, but I thought I might put a Brad in there. So, you know what? We're going to wing it. We're going to give it a go and see what happens. So, how big do I need me hole? How big's me hole? Steady. Is that going to be too big if I use that? No, I think that's probably about right. Okay, so I just want to make a hole quite near the top. Do I go there? Yeah. There. I want to kind of get it in the middle and just punch it. Now that punched a lot easier than I thought it was going to. And then I need to put so that's the top and that's the base. So I need to put that in there, in the hole I've just made. And then this is the bit where you claw it together. So again, just hopefully that's gone in and done and sorted and sat nice. Oh yeah, that's good. Sorry for getting excited there. I was like, I was praising myself. How dare I? So I'm just going to use this to hang the charms off. So this is just one of those clip things. I think it's a Tim Holtz thing, you know. So it's probably about £17.50. I'm sorry, but like, you know, it's, as much as I love Tim Holtz, you know, he's not the cheaper end of the market, is he? It's not your pound shop or Dollar Tree or whatever it is, wherever you are of the world. So, you know, we kind of just have to accept that. There you go. I mean, I know it kind of sticks out, but I kind of like it, you know. And if the person that buys it doesn't like it, they can always take it off, can't they? So I have got a jump ring here, and I do want to put a couple of charms on, so I know which ones I want to do. So this is like a quill type. It's not a quill actually. Or is it a quill? No, it's a like a fountain style pen. Okay, and then this one just says "crafted for you" on it. And then all I've done is I've split the jump ring by turning it by bending it like that. So I'm just going to bend it back like that. Right, if you bend it out, you'll find it much harder to bend it back in again. Okay, so as you can line these back up again, and they kind of meet again that way. Then you see how closely. See if we can get you to see that. How closely. See, there you go. How closely that meets. You can hardly tell that that's got a join in it now. Okay. Except for you, Dave, you just made the biggest error. You can't now get it on there. So now we're going to open it back up again, Dave, because you're a fool. I'm just going to open it with my fingers because it's easy to do with my fingers. Okay, pop it on there and then do exactly the same thing to get it onto to make it stay where it is. So again, just using my pliers, bending it. Might have to lean forward if my bonce, which is a colloquialism for head, gets in the way. I apologise, but it is what it is. You know what I say? It is what it is. So I might not be the most perfect or the best crafter in the whole world, but you know, I love what I do and I do what I love, so that's all that matters, and I make myself happy, and apparently, according to some of you, I fill your life with a bit of joy. So, you know, my prophecy for making the world a great place, there you go, my prophecy for making the world a great place is obviously working. So there we go, got a charm on the back, so I'm happy with that. I don't know, I've never really used I don't know whether it needs more. Does it need something where it's hanging a bit lower, or I don't know. Maybe what I'm going to do is, because we're having a bit of a chat, and we'll just. The other thing I contemplated doing was this. So I was going to do a bit of what's this called? Plaiting. But I thought, oh, I don't know, maybe I'll use that chain instead. But you know what? I'm gonna plait this now. In order to plait something, I do need to pin it down. Otherwise, I'll be chasing it all around the table. And I'm not a platter. I don't have any hair, so plaiting is not the thing I do. Now I might change my mind in a minute because I might think, oh, this is going to take too long. This is the reason why I don't like plaiting in the first place. Is it takes so long to do. Well, I think it does. Maybe I'm just impatient. Maybe that's my problem. So yeah, I just thought that was one of the things I thought about is plaiting and having that hanging off the edge. Now I'm going to do this, and if I don't like it, I am not going to use it. I'm not telling you I'm using it. I'm just telling you I'm just giving it a go. So I'm sure there's probably you guys are going watching me struggle to plait this, but I'm sure some of you have got a much better technique and have got lots of practice. You know, you've either been doing your own hair or your kid's hair, or you know, the dog or the hamster, or you know, you might have one of those long-haired guinea pigs and you've been plaiting that. But I'm not a platter of things. So do you know when like you kind of think, why did you start something? I just don't get very far, and it's now all like spinning round, and like I don't know what I'm doing anymore, and it's kind of looking messy, isn't it? So do I kind of keep plaiting and keep going, or do I give up? Dave, this is where you have to kind of think about what you're doing. Blimey, good job I don't work in a, you know, if I'd had to work in one of those big mills where you had to like, you know, do this kind of dexterous stuff, I'd have been out on the street basically. Wouldn't have kept me jogged down for very long. Oh well, it's not the best in the world, but you know what? It's not the best. It's mine. Like I was saying, I might not be the best crafter in the world. I'm just going to leave it there. I'm going to tie it off because I got bored. Could you tell? Might not be the best in the world. I might not be the best crafter in the world, but you know, I enjoy what I do, and I do what I enjoy. I love what I do, and I love what I enjoy what I love, and all of that, all of those prophecies. But you know something, I really do have massive respect. Some of you out there are fantastic, and like, you know, I know that a lot of you are going to be a lot better than I am now. It doesn't look as great as I thought it might, so I'm not going to use it. So, there we go. That's the answer, isn't it? Yeah, some of you guys are brilliant. I mean, like, you know, and then there are the kind of the gods of the craft world, the people that I would, you know, love to like even notice that I even existed on the planet. But you know, there's people like Nick the Booksmith, and then there's Tracy Fox, and then there's Shabby Dabby Doodah, and others that I can't remember. But you know, I'm grateful for the people that I do know in the crafty world. You know, I know I've met some crafty people. I've met, you know, Lou Withers and Leonie and Pujol, I think her surname. I don't know how to pronounce it. Sorry, Leonie. You know, and Catherine Sturrock, and I've met, you know, Hayley West and those people from when I did Hochanda. But you know, also the people that I haven't met that are really, I consider really good friends. So like, you know, so Catherine from Sunnyside Journals. If you've never been to Sunnyside Journals, go over there and have a look, because honestly, you know, she's a bit godlike for me. And the same with Nancy from Wishes and Weeds. You know, fantastic. Oh, and Nancy, by the way, if you are watching, I don't know whether you are watching, but if you are watching, I do have still have a happy mail to send to you, but I just haven't got round to it yet because pandemic and everything, and working, and also the cost of sending stuff. So anyway, yeah, you know, but yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it? I'm not in it for the fame. really good job, really. I'm in it because I love it, and I want to share my passion with you guys. So yeah, so that's kind of done. So I really like that now. I'm not going to do any more to it. I like it. I don't. I know this is going to sound bad, but I don't love it. And the reason why I don't love it is because it's not the way I envisaged in my head, and also there's things on it. I think maybe I should put that on. Maybe I should put that on. But you know what? We really need to be a bit more objective about our work. We need to stand back and stop putting ourselves under so much pressure and thinking we have to do X, Y, and Z, and it has to be look like this. And you know, if it doesn't look like somebody else's work or it's not at their level, then it's really bad for your mental health. So I am happy with it. It's different to the one that we started out with, but the different is good. Do not try to emulate things. You're not a photocopier. You know, don't try and churn things out, same. The difference is good. The difference is you. Okay, so I'm happy with that. I'm done. Okay, what we'll do is we'll just have a quick walk through it, and then we'll move on to something else, because there's something I want to do. So this is the outside. So we've got the eld, which means old, and I just think it kind of fits with what we've got. Okay, and I think that's what we're going to call it. It's called eld now, rather than the File Folder Folio, which is a bit of much to say. We've got the what's her name? I've just said it in the previous video and I can't remember her name. Edith Holden, a cutout from one of her books. Well, it's actually The Diary of an Edwardian Lady. I've just tied this up and now I'm going to untie it. But you know what? I can. That's what it's there for. Okay, so we've just got this. We stuck the copy. I stuck the copy on, and I just wanted it to hang over the edge. Okay, we've got the nice little places to put little journal cards. We've also got here, which is a tuck. Okay, so I've not filled everything up because I wanted people to have the opportunity to, you know, put their own things in it. It's a journal after all. I think I'm going to set up an Etsy store, and I think it's one of the first things I'm going to sell. I've got other journals that I really should have sold a long time ago, but I haven't. I've kind of kept hold of, and I think now is the time to start selling these things. So I know that I'm not a big roaring success, etc. So like, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if I don't sell anything, but I'm going to give it a go. Put it that way. So yeah, little journal things. There's actually an envelope in there. So yeah, so this has all been decoupage, and there's another card in there. I know you've seen all of this before. This is an eco dye. I'm gonna have to do some more eco dyeing, but of course it's winter and it's not the time of year to do eco dyeing, is it? Because there's nothing to dye with. You've seen that. It's a little fold out thing. Not going to get it out again. Then these have got little cards in, and there's that tag that we made, and then you've seen the little bookmark thing. There's another little card in here. That's my remedial repair, which my remedial repair needs repairing, which is always the joy. Got that all over my fingers now, Dave. I did have I still have a cloth. I'm sat on a cloth so that it's kind of hanging off the edge of the chair, so that I've got something to use in such emergencies. I've kind of went a bit over the top on the blue there, Dave. So I'm just going to hold that down. So this is just the clip that goes round the fold out bookmark. This is now where I've just made that brad hole, eyelet hole. I've got a tuck pocket here, I've got tuck here, and we've got, so there's all of these little pockets wherever you want to put things. That's a little journal card. I won't get this open again. Got another little tuck here, and then we've got an envelope which I won't open. We've got another place to be able to put things, so you can put things up here as well. Same here with a little slide, and then over to the back. So that is our journal done, finished, complete, absolutely complete. Got a charm on the back, we've got the ribbon that's all sewn, well, not completely sewn, but it's sewn so that you get a couple of nice little extra strands on the side, and that's it. Finished, complete file folder folio. Say goodbye, folks. Well, until you say hello to it if somebody buys it off Etsy. I don't know whether it's the thing to do or not. So what do I want to do? I've got so many scrap bits of paper, okay, that I want to make some more snippet ribbon. So I sometimes use snippet ribbon, okay. This is actually sewn on to an actual ribbon itself, and I believe I have some. Oh no, that's also sewn onto a ribbon. But you can freehand it. So this was actually sewn onto a piece of lace, and I don't use lace, as a lot of you know. I don't use lace at all. So what I thought was we can have a bit of a play. Now I did put some stuff out, and I might just have to reach over without pulling everything with me. Okay, that was an interesting everything, wasn't it? So yeah, just making some snippet ribbon with some bits of fabric. So I'm not going to do a massive piece of it. I'm just going to use a bit of this bandage, because what I wanted is one that's got a bit, this has got just a little bit of ribbon on the back, and I wanted for some with a bit more structure to it. You'll see what I mean when I get started. So these are all just using, some people call it snippet ribbon. I've always called it scribbon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch you over to my sewing machine now. So camera 2, sewing machine. So I always sew onto something. So in order to get sewing onto something, I like to just start with a bit of a... Right, okay, so... And then all I do is take little bits, elements of things that either people have sent me, or things that people, the things that I've used in crafting, and I kind of think, oh, I want to keep that, I don't know what I want to use it for. I prefer to use, personally, just plain colours, not anything bright when I'm making something like this, because I don't know what I'm going to use it for. And I prefer things with like a bit of a torn edge. So what you do is you kind of just lay things down, and then you just sew. And you're kind of overlapping. Don't go too many layers overlapping, as otherwise you'll find that you can't get your needle through it. Okay. Look out for interesting things as you go. You might have a couple of pictures. You might have things with a bit of a wiggly edge. Things that you might not have used in anything else, like so this, for instance. Dave, just left yourself a bit more space to get that under there. There you go. So that's just gone tucked under a little bit. Go forward a bit, don't go too far. I've got a bit of tea bag here, maybe I'll have a bit of tea bag in there. I mean, I know that a lot of you know how to do this, and I'm not suggesting that, I'm showing you anything new, because I'm probably not. What I'm doing is I'm just filling some time until the next video. Now, I haven't decided what I'm going to do next. You guys might have seen something on my channel and thought, Dave, you really need to do that, because I'd love to know how you did that. I've done a few bits where I've made, this is a bit of cork, by the way, where I've made things and just assumed that you knew how to make them. If you'd like me to show you any of those, then tell me. There are a few plans I've got, like I say, but nothing's set in stone, and I don't really know. It's really bad, isn't it? When you don't really know what you want to do next. You just know that, well, I know that I love doing this. I love doing the crafty thing and the explaining, and I've been a teacher for a long time in my life, so I think it's that whole thing of you like imparting a bit of knowledge, and whether I'm actually telling you anything you didn't know, I like a little bit of a pop of colour every now and again, but I don't like too much. I don't know whether I'm telling you anything new. You have to tell me that. But yeah, that's what I enjoy doing. I've just tipped all of this out on this thing. If only you could see it, you would know what I meant. So just see, look, little bits of colour are nice every now and again. So just moving forward. I mean, it's a good idea if you've got a plan of like what you can. It's always nicer if you have a plan, Dave. But like, hey, if you don't have a plan, don't worry about it. Be you, and be the best at being you that you can be. Because I tell you now, you are the best at being you, and I'm the best at being me. I might not be the best at being me in your eyes, but I'm definitely the best that I'm of me that I can do. So we're just tucking bits underneath as we go. And we're making that little snippet ribbon, and then so Brian's just come into the room and he's kind of giving me a look like what on earth are you doing? It's either that or he's like, wow, or he likes the way that I've got the camera angle. I think that's what it is.
I'm impressed.
So yes, apparently he's impressed with my camera positioning. I'm quite impressed with my camera positioning as well, but like, I don't know whether you guys are impressed with it. I don't know whether you can see. So I'm just trying to make sure there's a bit of variety. All I'm doing is literally using up all of those bits of scrappy paper that I've kind of kept and just thought, you know, well, I'll use that. That'll come in useful. And I'll pop, and I haven't. I've not done anything with them. So it's just a great way. And I'm more likely to use the Scribbon than I am Brian's just passed me a piece of paper, but I thought, I could put that in as well. That isn't the reason why, it's just moving it off this side of the desk. I'm not worried about these straight edges, because once you put them into a journal, I use it for when I'm edging the edges of journals. Edging the edges of journals, just in case you didn't know what an edge was. Yeah, for when I'm doing journal. So instead of using ribbon or lace, so that's when I use it. You know, it's just something a bit different as well, isn't it? So you find your own way in craft, don't you? So and I definitely found my own way. I did get lost in the woods for a while, but like, definitely found my way out. So like I say, I'm not making a really long snippet ribbon. Things like this as well, which I know I'm saying things like this and you can't actually see it. Things like this. This is off a craft blade that I've used. So it's the carrier for the blade. The same with things like if you get like any kind of packaging around things, or sometimes you get a packing wrap around something, and they're good to use. They're using up little bits of scrappy paper that you think, oh, I like that, I'll keep that, but then you never use it. So and you can have as much or as little as you like showing. You can choose to have it with a straight edge, or you can have it with a sorry, not a straight edge, a straight stitch, or a zigzag stitch. Entirely up to you. Okay. So it's a bit like the Telephone Man song. You can have it with a buzz, you can have it with a ring. If you really want it, you can have a ding-a-ling. But take that where you want to in your mind. Thanks. So this is I'm just going to use a bit of map paper as well. So it's not even old map paper, it's a bit of new map paper. So I know that you're all going to be waiting for me to use these pieces in craft. You should see my desk now. So, or maybe you shouldn't. Well, maybe you will in a minute, but who knows? Didn't leave myself enough space there. Let me just undo that. So this is tissue. This is going to be a bit more delicate, but you know, so it might rip off. Who knows? Que sera. Whatever will be, will be. Stop saying that, Dave. Everybody knows what que sera means. Put that in there. Look at me getting ahead of myself, finding some other things before I start sewing. That's not like me, getting ahead of myself, aren't I? You know, pride comes before a fall, that's what they say. Or alcohol comes before a fall sometimes. So, I think Brian's trying to find something, so I might have to just turn. Oh no, he's found it. Oh, you know what? You always have to put your foot down if you're going to start sewing again, Dave. There we go. That's much better when you can do a bit more of a run, isn't it?
Dauber.
So Brian now wants a dauber, which I don't know whether it is. So yeah, just you know, put your little bits. I'm never going to use all of my scrap paper. I do keep lots of bits. I think I'm going to use it, and I never do. But you know,
Make more scrap anyway.
so well, sorry, Brian's just said something. I didn't hear what he said. Sorry, Brian.
You make scraps quicker than you can.
Yes, like Brian's just said, you make scraps more than you can use them, which is true. Hello, Worsted, good boy. You can't sew, so you can't sew. He's a bit so at sewing. So thank you, Buster. That's lovely. Oh, good boy. Aren't you a good boy? Good boy. Yes. To you too. What are you making noises for? I can't get up. I'm just sewing and I'm still filming. So I'll give you lots of snuggly loves in a minute when I'm done. But until that time, till such time, believe me, leave me be. Try to find some other decent bits to put in that I haven't put in already. Basically anything that I've got really, so it's all decent. So I can put that in there. Find some more bits. Schnorbits. Find Schnorbits. Don't know where Schnorbits is. I think Schnorbits has parked it.
Long gone.
Long gone, as Brian has just said. Yes. So Brian's here today. He's actually cooking for us. We're having roast pork, I believe. Is it, Brian?
Well, I think it is.
Well, he thinks it is. Oh dear, that's not promising when like the cook doesn't even know what it is.
I couldn't decide if it was pork or gammon.
I think it's pork.
But I think it's pork.
Yeah, I think it's pork. So. So just getting to the end of this, and again, like I say, just use any bits. Don't be too confined. Don't think, oh, that's not going to go, or don't overthink it. I mean, like, you know, you might want to use a bit of old sweet paper, or you know, some of these like crinkly what are they called? Sweet wrappers. But you know, whatever you choose to use, it's yours. No one can say something was right or wrong because it was yours. So I might finish with a bit of that and a bit of that, which none of you know what it is. A bit of that in there. I'll just rip that edge so it's a bit more organic looking. A little bit more of that, the paper that I made on, and then I've got a bit more of this cork, and I think then we've kind of got a full ribbon worth. There we go. Just Get that all in place. So the sound change is just because it's got quite thick. And make sure you get at least two to cover the end one. Yeah, go all the way off the end and then reverse it. If you don't have a reverse on your sewing machine, then you might have to turn it round and do it.
Probably worth a fortune.
Like Brian says, if you don't have a reverse on your sewing machine, it's probably worth a fortune, which is true. So I'm just going to take this off and snip it on this little thread snipper. Okay, and I'm just going to move you back to the other camera, which you will then see how messy my desk is. Look at that! That's lit as like an explosion has happened. So what I'll do is I'll pack some of this up. Well, when I say some, more of it, it's just going to. Not going to treat it kindly. It's just going to get shoved in this bag, and then I'll be like, "Where on earth is my scissors gone?" Or I'll probably be in here. So just pop all this in here. So yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do next. So it's going to be a bit of a gamble, not a gamble, a bit of a like Russian roulette. Who knows what's going to happen? What is Dave going to come up with next? I've thought about, like I say, I've thought about a few things, and I just kind of want to work them out in my head before I say them out loud. If you guys have anything like you say, you know, think you want me to show you, then let me know, because you know I can always have a look and see whether there's anything I can do. I've shown you how to make my sellotape now, so actually perhaps, you know, one of the things I do need to do is I need to go back over my videos and see what I have shown you, because I've got a terrible memory, so I don't want to be doing the same thing repeatedly. I'm sure you don't want me to do the same thing repeatedly, so pop those into there. I say pop, squash, I mean squash those into there. Same thing. So I am going to go through that bag as well at some point and sort out the bits that I don't need, you know, the air offs and the, you know. So this is what we've made. That's not what we've made though. This is what we've made. So this is, like I say, I wanted one with a bit more of something showing down the back, so that I can edge the edge of a book journal page, or so, like, you know, if this was your journal page, you just kind of sew it down the edge. And for me, I prefer to use something like this than I would do lace. I'm not a big lacy type person. So yeah, so that's my scribbon or snippet ribbon or whatever you prefer to call it, and that's my take on it. So I guess it's not much different to anybody else's take on it, but you know, you've probably not seen me make one, so I thought I'd show you. And it's a great way to just fill the rest of the video. So normally I do. Brian's laughing now because what I've just said about filling the end of the video. So yeah, normally I do an hour's worth of video, but I've done 48 minutes so far. So and I'm just going to tidy up, because that's a rare thing. I'm sure some of you guys will understand that. Tidying up? What's this tidying up thing? I don't like doing the tidying up. I love doing the craft bit, but like the tidying up afterwards, not the thing I enjoy. I'll tell you now, if you do it while it's still, you know, after you've just done some crafting, then you can come back to a clear desk, and there's nothing more, you know, pleasing to your mental health is going into a nice clean desk. Oh, this is just a paper scraper, by the way, that I use to clean my glass mat with, so it gets all of the crusty bits off it. So yeah, glass mat cleaning is one of the things. I used to use one of these, like a metal ruler, but when you're doing this and you're cleaning and your hand slips on it and it slips down, you end up slicing it through your fingers. So I don't suggest that you do that. However, a paper scraper, a wallpaper scraper, is great for getting all of those little sticky bits off, and then you can also give it a spray with, you know. What I'll do is I'll just clean my glass mat down. I will definitely always clean my glass mat before I start a new project. If I'm in the middle of something, I don't worry about it. So my File Folder Folio, I haven't really worried about so much. But now I'm going on to a new project. It's time to make a fresh start, give it a bit of a clean, get a nice glass mat, get it nice and shiny. Although shiny for a camera is not always the best thing, but you know, it's better for it to look nice. So I'll use a bit of water, sometimes I'll use a bit of washing up liquid, and I often use, if I've been using alcohol or anything like acetone based, I'll use some isopropyl. Clearly not sure how you pronounce it. So so yeah, so that's what I use to get all of the. It's great for getting the inky bits off. The inky bits, you know what I mean. The
Sticky fingers.
yeah, it's great for getting sticky bits off. Also, the other thing that's really good for sticky things is Goo-Gone. Not Doo-Gone. Don't use a Doo-Gone. I think they're rare, not rare. What are they called?
Endangered.
Endangered. Not rare. Endangered. I think they're endangered. So don't use a Doo-Gone. Use Goo-Gone instead. So, but yeah, this isopropyl is alcohol that doesn't even come out. Oh yeah, it's just hasn't been used for a while and it's kind of sunk down. But this is great for, see how it reactivates all of this this alcohol ink. It's great for getting all of the alcohol-y things off. I'm not guaranteeing that this mat will ever come completely clean again because it's probably got stained by now, but bit of rub. There we go, see? It's kind of stained in the bits where it's, I think the surface has kind of got broken and sort of thing, but it's a lot cleaner than it was, isn't it? So, I use alcohol for a lot of things.
That stuff.
Don't drink it. It's 90%. I think it's 99% pure, and it will kill you. So please don't drink it. So anyway, that's me and my bit of clearing up. So we're ready to start a new project. Are you ready to start a new project? So that's it. We're done. I hope that, you know, having that different camera angle has helped you, and I hope you've enjoyed what we've done, and put some comments in the comment section below, and you know, you guys know I'll always reply to you. I don't always reply instantly, but I'll always reply, and you have a great day, or evening or afternoon or whenever it is with you. If I don't speak to you beforehand, which I hopefully will do, because I'll be putting stuff on the run up to Christmas, but you guys might not be able to watch it on the run up to Christmas. So you all have a fantastic Christmas. Be kind to each other. You know, might not be the Christmas that you hoped for, but you can absolutely make it one of the best Christmases ever, because the people that you can see, you can lavish attention on. Don't worry about how much you spent on them. It's not a competition. It's not a monetary thing. Think about the true value of Christmas, okay? Whether you're religious or not, it's all about spreading a bit of kindness and, you know, and loving the people that you've got in your life and being grateful. So, thanks very much, folks. Take care of yourselves. Love you all. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Remember, I love you all without exception until you give me a reason not to. So take care of yourself, folks, and I will see you very soon. So this is Dash of Dave saying goodbye and a Merry Christmas to you, and I'll be saying Merry Christmas in every video now on the run to Christmas. So take care, love you all, spread the word of kindness and spread craft. So you take care. I'll see you all very soon.
Spread cheese.
Brian says spread cheese as well, so you can as well.
Kraft cheese.
And butter.
Kraft
So
cheese.
Kraft cheese. So, anyway, we're going. Bye.